Students, in our last video, we have started with lesson number 11, that is work and energy, and now we will be continuing with the topic forms of energy. In forms of energy, the first one is mechanical energy. Now, children, see here, these two pictures are shown, and from that, these actions, we have to tell what this picture indicate. Now see what will happen as a result of the action in the picture. Now in the first picture, what is done? The rubber band is released after stretching it. Yes, so the rubber band, what is done? The rubber band is stretched and after that it is released. So what will happen? You must have definitely done this. So what happens when the rubber band is stretched? Yes, and when it is released, it comes back to its original position. That is again same thing, the rubber band becomes small. Okay, now in the second case, a stone is held in the rubber of a catapult and the rubber is stretched and released. So in this picture what happens? Yes, means some energy is being stored. Yes, the boy, what he is doing, he is stretching the rubber and after some time the rubber is being released. So because of that, this action was, what happens? The rubber, the stone, it goes at a particular distance. Yes, so in the above example we see that when the rubber of a catapult is stretched and released, it comes back to the original state and the stone flies off. So rubber again comes back to the original position, but the stone which is held in that rubber, it flies at a particular distance. Similarly, you must have definitely played with the spring toys. Yes, you wound and then the toy has been released. As the energy is stored in that spring, till the spring or that key comes back to its original position, the toy, toy will keep on moving, and when that key will be completely the whatever the round is there, or it will be untied, then the toy or that particular the spring toy, it will stop at that particular place. So same thing, in these actions displacement takes place, which means that work is being done. So in these of the actions displacement takes place, which means that work is done. From where is the energy obtained to do this work? So the energy which is stored in an object due to a specific state or position of that object is called as potential energy. See children, now I will show you one example of potential energy. See here, this boy, he is climbing a small hill, and what happens? Because of the position or specific state or position, now what has happened? Energy due to position. Because of this, what is happening? The cycle comes down. Yes, so there was at a particular height, potential was gained, and then after while coming down, he doesn't have to pendle the cycle. So this potential energy is what? The energy which is stored in an object due to a specific state or position of that object is called as potential energy. So from that particular height, automatically he doesn't have to put on extra efforts, he came down easily. So that is called as potential energy because of particular specific state or position. See children, one more activity is given, that is take two balls, let one of them stand stable at the center of the ball, place the second ball on the table and push it so that it hits the first ball, and then we have to observe that what happens. Let us see this. See now what is seen over here. One ball, that is the red ball, is placed at the center of the table. Then another one, that is the green ball, what happens? It is pushed so that it hits the first ball. Now when this green ball hits the red ball, what happens? see, it is in motion, and because of that, yeah, the red ball also gains motion and it moves from its original place. Yes, the red ball is been displaced from its original place. That is, the energy from the green ball, it is being transferred to the red ball, and because of that, what happens? The red ball is also set in motion. So from where did the second ball get the energy to set the first ball in motion? So where did the second ball get the energy to set the first ball in motion? So children, the energy obtained from motion is called the kinetic energy. That is, because of the green ball was set in motion and the energy was transferred from one ball to the another ball, and because of that only the red ball was also set in motion. So this is an example of kinetic energy. So children, you can underline this definition for kinetic energy, that is, the energy obtained from motion is called kinetic energy. So just now we have seen two forms of energy, that is, the energy used for doing mechanical work is called mechanical energy, and there are two types of mechanical energy, namely potential energy and kinetic energy. So what is potential energy? The energy which is stored in an object due to a specific state or position of that object is called as potential energy, whereas kinetic energy is the energy obtained from motion is called as the kinetic energy. Children, the next form is heat energy. Now the earth receives heat in proper quantities from the sun. That is how an atmospheric temperature favorable to the living world is maintained. Heat is a form of energy and sunlight contains heat energy. See here, we require heat. Now, heat is produced by burning of fuel. So these are the sources of heat, that is sun, then gas cylinder, that is also a source of energy for cooking food, then wood, after by burning the wood also, wood is a fuel. So what happens, energy is being generated, and that heat energy is used for cooking of the food. So heat is measured in unit called as calorie. Now children, one more activity is given in your textbook, that is, take a convex lens and hold it over a sheet of paper in sunlight. Now move the lens in such a way that there is tiny spot of light on the paper. Now hold the lens in this position for a while, and then we have to see what happens. See here. What happens? What we have to do? We have to take a convex lens and we have to hold it in such a way on the paper that only one spot of light is being projected on that paper. See here. Can you see this? A small dot of light is projected on the paper. So the lens makes all the sunlight falling on the lens come together at one particular point on the paper, and the heat energy is so great that the paper just burns. So whatever light is there, that light is concentrated at a particular point, and that heat energy is greater. It is so great that the paper burns. Yes, so this is also one form of heat energy. So this is also an example of heat energy. So children, in this topic we have covered up mechanical energy, in that potential energy, kinetic energy and heat energy.